Hey everyone, it's Ashley with Going Crochet, and as you can see from my background, I am on my way to my market. So this market is going to be a 3-day event, but it's only 4 hours today, 4 hours tomorrow, and then a full day on Saturday. It's officially 1:30 p.m. I'm on my way to set up. Setup had started at noon, but I don't need that long to set up. Since the market starts at 4 p.m., people will start coming in around 4 p.m. I figured 2 o'clock would give me enough time to do all my setup that I need to do for the day. I have my new items, my new display items, my new crates, and my new shelf that I'm going to be using for this market. I have a corner space according to my map, so I'm hoping that the corner space is an official 10 by 10 corner space. If it should be, because it's in a really large room, so there should be more than enough space there for everyone. There are over 100 vendors, I believe, going to this event. It's a big market that happens every year at the end of August because we celebrate a balloon festival where hot air balloons get lifted into the air, give people rides. So it's a really big thing that happens every year. I checked out the event last year when I brought my son up to watch the balloons lift off. I checked out the area and there were 0 crocheters. So I thought, oh, perfect, I'll sign up for next year. I got my vendor list and my map the other day, and there's like 5 of us now. There's like 5 plushy crocheters going to be at this event. But I'm hoping that since it's such a large event, there will be enough people to go around for everyone. I have switched up my items quite a bit for this event, for my small items, I should say, because I was doing mostly like Leggy Frogs and Mushy Boys and all of the things that you see everywhere. So I've switched up my inventory a little bit. I have some mini elephants, because elephants are always popular, some skunks because I was requested to do skunks at my last event. I have bananas. I have all kinds of different fun items that I'm hoping to draw in a different crowd from the other crocheters around me, because I feel like my stuff is different than theirs, or hopefully so. I'm trying not to follow along with the trend of all of the popular patterns that are going out, and doing just something that I personally would prefer to purchase if I was going to a market and I saw these items. These were things I would want to purchase. I have lots of large items still, and yeah, I'm really excited to get there and to see what happens. Fingers crossed it goes well. This was my most expensive event I have ever signed up for, so it's a bit of a gamble. I will check back in with you guys when I get there, and I'm gonna try to do my setup. So I'm hoping that once I have everything in and I start setting up, I can do like a little time lapse of me setting up for you guys. I don't know what the situation is going to look like when I get there though, so I'm just going to play that by ear, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye now. So here you can see I had brought all my items in. I had my stand set up, and then here I am putting all of my stuff out, getting my tablecloths put on and everything. I couldn't get a really good angle for you guys to see what I was doing, but that's what I had. Here's the skeleton where I have all of my display pieces set out the way I wanted them to be set out. I really enjoyed this corner space that I could have the back and the front of this really showcasing some of my items. I was excited to be able to try something new other than the U shape that I always do. And then here it is. Everything has been put out, and I was excited that I had those 2 new bins in the corner there, and then this big old setup, and then the 2 pieces here I feel like really put it together. I just loved having those in the back. And then of course I have my show-stopping pieces. My Beetlejuice got a lot of attention, but it had a high price on it, but I wanted it as a showstopper anyway. Here's a view of what my booth looks like from where I sit. I got my first item done for the day, and I was playing the ultimate game of Yarn Chicken, but I thankfully won. This is all the yarn I have left, and my first make of the weekend. Second item of the night, I got this little baby brontosaurus finished, and I'm probably going to add this into one of my reviews in the future, but I finished this guy. So we are officially on day 2. It is 1:13 p.m. so I don't have to leave just yet, but I wanted to show you guys that I did finish my Boo Bear that I had started to make at the market last night, and I didn't finish it. I showed you a little clip of how far I had gotten before I finished it today at home, but I have him finished. And then I had also gotten a request. There was a teenage boy that had come in, and he had seen the chickens I had made, and he really liked them. He got one, his friend got another one, and he had said, I have a special request. Can you do an all black one for me? A little bit larger, a little bit chunkier. And I said, I don't have the specific color he was looking for, because he wanted this color but bigger. And I didn't have enough to finish a full one, so I made this one, and then I made a furry one, and I made an all black one like this. So I'm gonna bring those to my market. He said he was gonna maybe stop by again today to see if his parents could buy him something. But I wanted to make more chickens anyway, because I had sold 2 of them. And so I figured even if he doesn't buy them, I'm sure someone else will. So I could just make them anyway, without, you know, expecting him to come back to get one. So yeah, that's what I've made so far today. And I plan to bring some more yarn with me tonight to work on some other things. I didn't really have many colors with me last night that I wanted to work with, because I only brought stuff to really make my loaf cats, but they weren't going super fast, so I didn't want to make more without selling some first. So maybe I'll do some other new patterns. We're on day number 2 of my market, and I honestly have to say I really don't mind doing multiple day markets, because I do have to bring in everything by myself, take out everything by myself, and it's a lot of work and it's very exhausting. So when I have more than a 1-day market, the days get split up some, so it's not so hard for me to have to do everything all in one day, because when you do everything in one day, it's a lot. It takes a lot out of me. So today is a nice chill day. I only have 4 hours at my market. I got to hang out with my husband all day long, and now I get to go and sit and, you know, hang out with fellow vendors, see a bunch of people, and go home, have a really good night's sleep, and do it all over again for my last day tomorrow, from 11 to 8 tomorrow. So that's going to take up my entire day, and it's going to be a late night, because if we pack up at 8 o'clock, then that means I'm not going to get home until after 9 o'clock, because it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to pack everything up myself, because I have to lug everything in and out, and I have a lot of display pieces at this point, and so that means a lot more work for me to do, but I think it is worth it with my booth. I'm really happy with how my booth looks at this market, so I'm okay with that. Got lots of yarn to make more items while I'm there. The chickens with me as well, and my Boo Bear. So we'll see how those go for me today, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. I'm hoping to get some more customer interaction. I try my best to get all kinds of content for you guys, and I'm by myself, so when I'm with my friend, as you've seen at the markets, the 2 markets I've done with my friend so far, when I'm with my friend, I'm definitely, I don't care. But when I'm by myself, it's a little bit different because I just look like I'm talking to myself. But, alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Start of day number 2. There's already a bunch more people than were here yesterday. I have put out some more of my inventory that I haven't had out yet. It was all stuff underneath the table, so I just brought it out to try to get people to see it more. Here's my booth.
Are all these your creations?
They are all my creations. Thank you. I have fun making them.
My wife does wreath making and all kinds of different swag and wreaths for all.
All right, you guys want a bag for that? Sure. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good one. Oh, that's so sweet. $16. Thank you. Oh, going for that one. Love it. Perfect. Do you want a little bag for him? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Hi. I love the snakes.
I'm generally scared of snakes per se, but you know what?
Yeah, these ones are cute. These ones aren't so scary. What's that?
He's attached permanently.
Yes, he's like a magic hat, so he pops out of it. He's like a little fidget toy. Yes.
I didn't see some of these at the other fair. Have you made some?
I've made some new things, and then some stuff I probably didn't have out because I had a lot of stuff underneath my table at the fair.
You're running out of bananas.
What's that?
You're close to running out of the bananas.
I know, my last one. He was my very favorite to make. He was a lot of fun. I'll have to make some more. I always put just a few out when I'm testing out a new products, you know. Are they able to do the balloons tonight, or did they have to cancel it?
Clear. I mean, they definitely were not. They weren't even out to be assembled at 6.
Oh, really? So you're not? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So yeah, someone had come in and said that they were supposed to do a flight this morning and it got canceled. So the weather is not cooperating very much.
That's okay. I feel like this is a slightly busier fair for them.
It is. Yeah. First finished make of the day, a loaf cat, calico style. Here I am just going over my booth at the end of day number 2. As you can see behind my booth, there was still an empty space. That was supposed to be another vendor that was going to come the next day. It was actually going to be another plushy crocheter that was supposed to be next to me. They, however, never did show up on the 3rd day, but another crocheter that I know from another market I did at Christmas time did show up. I didn't get to see her all day long because she was kind of far away from me, but I did see her at the end of the event, and we had a nice little discussion and caught up, and she had done well. When I was leaving for the night, I got to see some of the light show from the balloons, which was really cool. And I just happened to walk out and had the perfect view for where my car was parked. So I had to get this little clip for you guys.
Hey guys, it's officially day number 3, which means it's my last day of my market, but my longest day of my market. So I go from 11 to 8 today. It's 10:17, so that gives me plenty of time to get there ahead of schedule. That way, if they open the doors early, not a big deal. Apparently, they had opened the doors yesterday before 4 o'clock, and a vendor friend of mine told me that they were keeping an eye on my booth because people were like lifting blankets and looking at all the stuff I had in my table, but she kept a good eye on it, and so nothing got taken, but it was just a little sketchy. And then last night when we were supposed to all be done at 8, there were still people in the building after 8, and so I was kind of lingering, waiting for these people to leave. Me and my vendor neighbor were all packed up, and we were talking, and we were getting ready to leave, and we noticed this couple walking around still looking at stuff, and so we stood there and were waiting for them to leave because we didn't want them to steal anything from anyone, including ourselves. And so they came over to us and they said, what time does this end at? And we said 8 o'clock, but it's now 8:30. And there were no other vendors in the building. And this woman was like, well, when do you open tomorrow? And we said, we're going to be here 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow, so you can come back tomorrow and shop. And so her husband walked out through the lobby to leave, and she kept walking around for another 15 minutes. One of the coordinators saw us and was like, you guys can leave. And so I walked up to him and I said, we can't leave because there's a woman here, and she's not a vendor, and she's looking at everyone's booth, and she's picking things up and really taking her good old time looking at everything. And I said, I don't want anything to get stolen from anyone, because my last event, I got something stolen from me. And so he was like, oh, yeah, that's not good. We can't have that. But he wasn't allowed to tell her to leave because he could technically get in trouble for doing that, for telling them to leave, even though it was over half an hour past when we closed. And so he said, well, I'm not going anywhere. I have to wait until everyone's out of the building to lock up and everything like that. So I said, well, if you're willing to stand here and watch this lady and make sure she doesn't steal from anyone, I'm out of here because I'm clocked out half an hour ago. And so he said, yeah, it's not a problem. I'll see you tomorrow. And so I said, awesome, thanks. And I got to leave. He was a very nice man. It was my first interaction I've ever had with him. Very nice guy. And so that was good, but I didn't want to just leave some random person in a big building full of a lot of inventory from a lot of different vendors just roaming around, picking things up and potentially stealing something. I mean, you don't know what people are capable of. Even when you think they're a good, innocent person, you still have to be careful, I guess, is what I've kind of learned from those teenagers stealing from me. So yeah, that was an interesting experience, but I am excited to get going for the day.
Now the last 2 days there were some empty spots around because today is the full day event, and you had the option of just doing Saturday or doing the full 3 days, and you paid the same amount for full 3 days or just the 1 day. And so obviously I was going to pick the full 3 days because you have more chance of doing well when you go to all of it instead of just the 1 day. But I believe there should be more vendors there today. There's one that's supposed to be right next to me. It's the other crocheter is supposed to be right next to me, so I'm gonna see. I don't know if she's coming or not. I would assume she is. I thought she was gonna be there yesterday actually, but she was not. So we will see if she's there today, and I'm excited to meet her and chat with her. I have met another crocheter. She's like, so I'm here, and if you look straight across, there's 2 booths, and then it's her on the other side, so we can see each other. And we've made friends. She's a super sweet girl, and I went up to her the first day after I had set up, and she was all set up, and I was like, hey, you know, I love your stuff. She's really nice, cute. She does the smaller items, and they're super cute. She does a really nice job on them. Liz, if you're watching, hey, how's it going? I had a lot of fun with you this weekend, and I can't wait to see you at our next market, because we're also going to the same market in like 3 weeks. And so good luck on making more stuff. But yeah, so she was super sweet, super friendly. We gave each other like business card information, and we've been chatting back and forth, and so that was really cool to meet her. Really nice girl, really beautiful items, and that's what I love about the crochet community, is when you get to you know, meet new people, share a craft together, share like inspiration and everything else. Like, she was like excited about some of my patterns, and I was excited about some of her patterns. I was like, oh, that's a Teresa's crochet corner pattern, and she was looking at my stuff, and she was like, oh, that's so-and-so's pattern. And so that was really fun and cool. And I was actually able to give her a heads up about the discount store I talked about in one of my last videos of my yarn haul I got. I was actually able to tell her about that, and so she was able to go to the store yesterday, and she got like 14 skeins of yarn for like super cheap. And so she was really excited. She was showing me all her yarns yesterday, and I thought that was really cool. So I got a new friend, a new crochet friend, and I love that, and I'm sure we'll see each other at these markets. 1 hour in, and I have my first make of the day. It's an angry banana. Hi! You're back! It's still there. I bet you sped around real fast, didn't you? For the snake, 12. Now look, we're twins now. We both have one. Yoo-hoo!
But not the same.
Not the same color, but
snake.
we both have a snake on us now. It's a nice snake. It's friendly.
Could you make me my succulent?
Yes! I knew your face. Yeah, sorry about that day. The wind was so bad.
Like 3 or 4 different people that had crocheted stuff.
And so you were like, which one?
You weren't with me.
Yeah.
I was Nani.
Yeah.
It was when we were at the bounce houses at your school.
Yeah.
And you know my succulent that's in the window, the living room window?
I need to make one for myself now. Yes.
And then you can't kill it. That's
Yeah,
the best
exactly.
part, 'cause I think you can.
Yeah. Thank you. It's nice to work with too. Number 2 of the day, another banana. And the end of the show. This is what my booth looks like now. That's a wrap on my market. I didn't get any footage of me packing up or anything, just because it got a little crazy. I wanted to get home. It was late at night, and I ended up getting home probably around 9:30, put everything away. It's like 3 days later before I am on here to review with you guys how everything went. It was a really fun, exciting, a good event. I plan to go back to it next year because it was really, really awesome. Not only did I get to see fellow vendors that I know already, I got to meet a bunch more. There were a lot of people from out of state that were at this event because it was so large and popular, and so that was really cool. It was definitely worth the vendor fee. And I also got to meet some really cool new customers, some of them out of state as well. I got to meet some fellow YouTubers, and that was really fun. A lot of people I got to talk to, make a bunch of new connections, and maybe in the future I'll see these people again at different events. So that was really fun and exciting. I've made friends with a fellow crocheter who's going to be at my next event I'm going to be at as well. So I'm excited about that. We've been in communication. We've been talking about what we're preparing for our next event, which is really cool too. Also, when I was there, the lady next to me, that a fellow vendor, she and I were talking a bunch, and she had all of these buttons that said homemade by, and it had her name on them. And so she was suggesting I get some to put on my little plushies just to add a little extra touch to it. And so she gifted me some stuff, which was really sweet of her to do. She gifted me these buttons that say handmade, and she said, well, these ones don't have a name on them, but they can get you started until you purchase some with your name on it. So I thought that was really cute. So she gave me a whole baggie of buttons, and she also gave me these little leather strap things to connect to your plushies, just to give it like an extra little touch. She was also a crocheter. She had some cozies and some coasters and stuff at her table, along with some woven baskets, which were beautiful. So she was super awesome, so sweet to gift those to me. I had another vendor friend who gifted me a bag of polyfill because they only needed like a teeny tiny amount for their own project, and they had this big old 16 ounce bag of polyfill that they had nothing to do, they didn't know what to do with, so they ended up gifting that to me, which I thought was awesome as well. Those are vendor friends. I've known them for a while. We're at a lot of events together, and they're just really awesome people. So that was super sweet of them as well. So it's really important to be kind to your fellow vendors. That just shows you why, because when you treat people nice, they're going to treat you nice back. I would have never expected anyone to be just gifting me items like that, but it was really sweet of them to do that. I also ended up doing a trade with the vendors across from me. They really wanted my owls that I had, but they didn't have the money to buy them, and they were selling like toy guns and light up things and everything, and they really wanted these owls. And even though I didn't really need or want any of the items they had, we just did a trade so that they could get those. Felt like they were friendly, nice people, and so I just did that trade just so that they could get something that they really wanted to get. And so now I have some items that I can use as gifts for kids, like kids parties and stuff like that. Overall, the event. The sales on their own were really good as well. This was definitely worth my time, especially with it being 3 days and on a weekend. I mean, weekends can be really hard, especially when my husband's home. We like to use our weekends for family time, and so when it takes away from my family time, I really want it to be worth my while, and I was able to make this event be worth my while. So my top sellers were definitely my bananas, my loaf cats, and then everything else was just kind of mixed in the bunch. Probably also my stingrays did really well, and my $5 mystery boxes were pretty popular too. So obviously all of those are on the lower price end as usual, and with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. I have another market coming up, so I will have more market videos for you guys. I have 5 more markets of the season, maybe 6. I haven't signed up for it yet, but chances are I'm going to definitely sign up for it. And so I will talk to you all again very soon. I am already starting to prep for my next market, and go ahead and add a little banana down in the emojis, since that was the popular one of the weekend. And like, subscribe, tell your friends about me if they are also interested in crocheting, and I will see you all on the next one. So bye.